Okay, so hi guys, welcome to another Sims Let's Build speed builds. So here for the idea for this one was base game only. Now that is a challenge in itself for me because I obviously go for modern, contemporary, square looking houses. So like really blocky looking houses for flat roofs, all white, clean looking, black, white, greys. I mean, you'll see from future videos, obviously, the style that I go for. So this time I really wanted to make it different and mix it up a bit more. So I ended up going base game only and a suburban family townhouse. So like Victorian style maybe, like it's not really Victorian style, but maybe the build, like the walls and stuff like that, the shape of the house is more Victorian, like the bay windows and you know, that sort of style. So that is where the plan is going. Now this house is a 2-bed and it can be made bigger. So one of the rooms downstairs is like an office and another room is like a little library, and then upstairs is a 2-bed. So you've got the master bedroom and you've got another bedroom that can be split into 2 because it'll be big enough, which is like a kid's room. Obviously you can make it however you want. But yeah, this is where I definitely will have my work cut out. It took me a while to build. It took me a few hours just because I think personally that Sims base game doesn't really have furniture that matches each other, my personal opinion anyway, but I mean it could do if you know what you're doing, you know, if you have that knack for interior and making things look complete or not out of place. Do you know what I'm kind of getting at? That is where I wanted to challenge myself, because obviously everything I make is just a bit samey. But yeah, I kind of wanted to push myself a little bit and do something slightly different. I mean, here I tried doing some foundations and it did not work out for the life of me. Like, it just did not want to work how I wanted it to go. So I ended up just scrapping that idea, going back onto flat ground and then just making it its own little like build really. And at the top obviously I wanted like a little veranda or a little balcony that wrapped around the house, but it's only at the front of the house, so I thought that would look cool. And obviously that large room there that you've just seen me build is actually the kids' room, so you could make that obviously 2 bedrooms, make it separate as the kids get older, or you could make it as like a little guest bedroom or 2 guest bedrooms. And then yeah, so I did that. I really wanted to have an open hallway. So that was the idea with that, and you can see me struggling with it here because it did not want to work on me. But yes, so the idea that I got from this house was basically the whole, how do you explain it? So here, as you can see, I really struggled with an open below. So the idea I went for this was, so I don't know if you guys have seen it, it was a Keeping Up with the Kardashians episode, and they looked back on some of their memories and they showed their little kids. And they showed where Courtney and Scott actually, first house they ever lived in. And I tried to find that house and I couldn't for the life of me find it on Google, so I ended up giving up. But yeah, that was the idea that come off this little that's the idea that I kind of wanted to base it off of. I mean, it didn't work, but obviously each to their own, everyone has their own style. But yeah, I kind of wanted to make it similar like that downstairs. So that was the idea I come for that. And then for some reason I never have any. Right, the roofing. The roofing. That's all I can say. Now, I'm not very good at doing roofs, I'll be honest. I always usually stick with flat roofs because it's easier to do, you know, so much easier than working with gables and all that sort of thing. So I really struggled with the roofs. I didn't want to do another flat roof because that's not really in keeping with a Victorian style house. So yeah, I really struggled with this roof. I think it took me like 20 different times of figuring out how I wanted to do it. And yeah, really struggled. For the balcony, I kind of wanted to stick some columns down and stick some fencing around, and then that didn't work. And then I wanted to do some eaves. I think they're called eaves. I don't know what they're called, but they're like, pop them underneath the roofing area. I can't think what they're called, but I wanted to do that and make it look really cool and even extra Victorian-y, but that didn't work, as you will see in a second. At the moment, I'm still trying to figure out roofs. That took me ages to figure out roofs. I just can't. If anyone's got any ideas on, roofing and how to do roofing, just hit me up, because I'm going to need it, because roofs, I really struggle with roofs. And I think I've said that a few times now in a few videos. So this is what I was on about. I wanted to have some sort of like veranda style eaves, like, on bandstands and stuff like that. It did not work. Did not suit it. So I was just like, no, we'll leave that, I think. So ended up leaving it and then just cracking on with how it looked now. But yeah, so this was the style I was kind of going for. And didn't turn out too bad, I think. I mean, everything inside is obviously more neutral looking, clean whites, which obviously isn't good if you've got kids like me. I mean, I've got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old and one on the way. So I definitely, white's not that great, but obviously, I kind of like that in a build, so that's what I was thinking of. So this little area here is going to be the bathroom. Now I usually go for bathrooms that are 3x4. And I wanted to do something slightly larger because I really wanted to play on the idea of it being a large family bathroom. And then the kids' room's all lovely and pink. My 5-year-old daughter helped me out with that little kids' bedroom. But like I said before, you could split that into 2 bedrooms if you really wanted to. Make them 2 adult bedrooms, 2 guest bedrooms, you name it. You could really do that if you wanted to. Now, exterior is something I really struggle with. It's always just very basics. The Sims 1. Stereotypical exterior. I am so bad at exterior, it's unreal. So I kind of just went basic with it. Again, I'm going to have to look at some videos and try and get some ideas together of how to make a decent looking garden without it looking too samey and boring and, not very well made. So I really like the front of this house. I thought it was actually really pretty decent, I'm not going to lie. But yeah. So here we move on to the kitchen. My other favourite, so the kitchen and bathrooms are the same, are like the go-to places I love to build. So here I am adding some lights because I was working in pitch black and it just did not work very well. But yeah, the kitchen, I wanted all white everything, and I really wanted it to look like all together. I think that's the word I was looking for. I don't know. I just wanted it to look like an actual kitchen. And then so I made this dream home decorator. So again, obviously I wouldn't have been able to use dream home decorator anyway because this is base game only. So I was really trying to work out which, what style I could go for here. But then it ended up working and I was quite pleased with how it worked out. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, I just wanted it to basically, give it a really good homely feel. I know everything is always so plain looking as well, but everyone has their own style. So moving on now to, oh yeah, this was here I realised that I didn't put any doors or windows in at the top, so I went in and did all that and added the fence around the little balcony and the master bedroom. I don't think I ended up putting anything on it. I ended up realising that after I've come out of the game and edited it all up, I realised I didn't add anything to the balcony upstairs, but it doesn't really matter, like, it can be plain. So here I was trying to look for curtains. Again, curtains, just base game curtains, man. Oh, I've never known anything more awful. So yeah, that was a struggle. I always try to go for something that isn't too basic. So I started doing this thing that I add like a little variety of plant pots and make it look like it. So there's a few different sizes and put them together, because I think it adds more than just doing, one odd plant pot. Because I used to just do table, light in one corner, plant in the other, done. And that was like the basic of basics. So I think as time's gone on, my house building skills have definitely improved. I mean, they're still not great. I mean, there are some amazing YouTubers out there that do some brilliant house building and the interior looks insane, and I'm like, that is just mental, like the stuff that they can come up with. Like my sister, for instance, is really good with the game as well, and I used to always think, like, when she used to show me her house and do me little house tours, I used to always think, like, how are they so good and then mine are like so basic? But I think that's just something we all go through. Maybe everyone else's ideas are exactly the same. They might think that my houses are kind of good, but let's be real. I mean, but yeah, this one is definitely one that isn't gonna really, I don't know, look good, because obviously it's only base game stuff. So is a really big challenge. I mean, I really wanted that photo there, for instance. Never thought of doing that before. Saw it and thought, oh, I'll do that. I don't know where I saw it from or whose idea that was, but yeah, that was definitely struggled with that one. This is a little library. So I really wanted to create something that had library vibes. So it was just like a couple of bookshelves, a little painting area, some lighting, a little seating area so you can sit with a book and turn off from the world. So it was really simple, this room, and I really enjoyed doing that one, because it didn't take me 2 minutes to do, I'll be honest. And then this was, I think it was originally going to be a little playroom, but I ended up changing it to a little office. So you had somewhere where you could just sit, get some work done, no kids allowed, shut off from the world, do what you need to do, and you haven't got to worry about anyone. So it's a nice little office. I would love to have my own little office in real life, but no, not at that point yet. But yeah, so I kind of just wanted to do some paintings, put a little chair in, little reading area again, so if you wanted to come away from the computer, you can sit and read a book at the same time. So I thought that was kind of perfect, And then moving on to, I went back to the kitchen because I forgot to put the hand soap. Classic Kate era, that. But yeah, so we put a little rug down under the table, some extra plants, just to green it up a little bit. And a room doesn't have to be full to make it look like a room. To me, I feel like if it looks half empty, then I've got to add a couple of little bits. But I feel like sometimes less is more. Don't know if that's just me or, you know. So this is just like a little powder room, a little downstairs area to, you know, it's handy having a bathroom downstairs. I got to, in real life, you know, my house that I'm actually sitting in, got 2 bathrooms. It's so useful, especially when there's kids involved. One of you's in the bath or something like that, you know, you can use the other one. So it's definitely nicer. So this was the pink room was the room that my daughter helped me do. I think I move on to that one now. So yeah. So I had my little girl standing next to me. She was telling me what she wanted in her bedroom and what she didn't want. And she was like, no, put this here, and then you need to put that there. So it was yeah, a pain in the bum, but you know, she loves this game as well. She's got to wait though till she's up at an appropriate age to play it. Bless her. Told her she's got to learn how to use a computer first before she can play The Sims. So she was telling me here which little seating she wanted, what her sister can play with, and all that sort of thing. So she really enjoyed this. So I try to get her involved. If there's a little kids room involved, I always get her involved to help me with it, so she feels like, you know, mummy's not just working. But yeah, this is again the curtain situation. Never known anything like it. This was before I made this. Before there was that curtain glitch. I don't know if the glitch is still on, but I've been having a little glitch at the moment where curtains do not just want to snap to the windows, and they snap on the outside as well. I don't know. It must be something that they know. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just so annoying. But yeah, like I said, the kids' bedroom, it can be split into 2, can turn it into a guest room or a little study area again. Like, it doesn't need to be that big, but I was kind of just like playing with what, you know, spacing. You know, as the kids get older, they can share. They'll have tables in there. You know, you can have like a little, what's it called? Study areas and stuff like that. So. Now the bathroom, like I said earlier, bathroom is one of my favourite things to do in a house. So here I was trying to work out, you know, how I could really place it. I really wanted that little bay window to have loads of counters. Got there in the end, have a load of counters, and I really wanted it to be like his and hers type of thing. So you can really put loads of clutter on there and, you know, make it more a home than just a house. So that was the vibe I was going for. Again, I did a little mosaic collage type thing with the... what are they called? My mind is going so blank today. I want to blame it on baby brain. I can't remember. Pictures, that was it. So moving on now to the bedroom. Again, the bedroom I usually use like stuff from either Glamour or Moschino. Is it Moschino? Or there's another one as well. I can't remember what it's called. But they're the sort of bedrooms I go for. I try to mix it up a bit more now and use a bit more eco and stuff like that. So yeah, this is where I struggled. So I put back on the old cheat again. And went for a little walk-in wardrobe vibe. Again, this is just base game idea. Not a lot I can do with just base games. So I think the end result looked a lot better than I thought it would do, to be honest. I mean, a lot of the stuff I used was in like clutter, so like the wall stuff, and then I made makeshift shoe racks and went from there basically. I don't know, I can't remember what I was doing here, but we'll soon find out. Ah, I see. Oh yeah, there we go. So it looks like little shoe racks, yeah. And I went up, added like cologne, body stuff, perfume, aftershave, you know, that sort of general idea. So you can have like, you know, like the stuff for a makeup room, or what's wrong with my brain, or a closet walk-in wardrobe would have. So yeah, I just really wanted to clarify everything up. So obviously then I used the wall like that. There you go, took the word straight out of my mouth. That was the idea I was going for. So that's about as basic you can get a walk-in wardrobe. There's probably stuff I'm missing that I've never seen before as well. So there's probably stuff there that would go really well with that. So I also wanted to go for, like, you know, the ottoman vibes at the end of a bed. So instead I wanted to use a plant or some chairs, you know, a nice large rug again. And just, you know, give it that master room vibe. So it wasn't just that, you know, bedroom. So it's more master room. So it had a less clutter, more open, clean. I'm always going to say clean because it does look clean. Vibe to it. So here is the exterior. Again, like I said earlier, I'm not very good at that. Obviously I wanted to incorporate some kids stuff, make that look better. Wanted to add obviously a little table and chair set, little picnic table as well for like family barbecues and stuff like that. Didn't do, you know, I just kind of just slapped down loads of little plants and bushes to make it less, like, more, so it's just like slapdash, unorganised, messy, but yeah, it looks good at the same time, that sort of vibe. But yeah, this was just like I kind of left it as like a little patio as well area, and then yeah, didn't do a garden this time. Usually I do, not garden, swimming pool. Usually I do, but obviously it's a little family home, you know. Not always going to have a pool at your hand, are you? So there we have it. If you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Any ideas, welcome in the comment section, and I shall see you in the next episode, in the next video. Please subscribe.